Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to you all. My name is Bhavita Gopalchan, and I will be your host for this series. The Inter-American Development Bank, under the distinguished patronage of Her Excellency Paula Mae Weeks, O.R.TT, President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, launched a competitive call for applications to the prestigious President's Awards for Service Excellence and Innovation in the Public Sector in September 2020. This is the third iteration of the competition, which was first successfully started in 2018. The applicants and the applications passed through a detailed judging process carried out by a renowned panel of judges. And tonight, we join with the finalists as we celebrate the remarkable efforts made to advance the quality of service in the public sector. Well, before we introduce the 2020 finalists, let's take a look at last year's winner of the Service Excellence Award, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and the People's Choice winner, the EMA.
Between 2016 and 2018, the Trinidad and Tobago was faced with a terrible crime situation where in the enterprise area in Shogunas, and the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service had to act quickly to ensure that law and order was maintained in the community. We started the Operation Steelgate model, which is now called the enterprise model, where we had to reclaim the territories that was claimed by gangsters and gang leaders in the community. People couldn't walk the street, children couldn't go to the playfields, and the place was just like an ultimate ghost town. So we embarked on a door-to-door policing initiative from the Community Police Department in addition to the arrests. And in doing so, we were able to find out from the residents of Enterprise what were the problems really affecting them. The issues of crime, we realized that there wasn't only a crime problem in the area, but we realized residents lacked the basic knowledge of the different resources that were available to them to make themselves and their communities resilient. And in doing so, crime generally started to reduce in the community. We kept regular meetings with the residents. We discussed with them what was affecting them on a weekly basis. So concerns would come to us, and we together with them will come up with strategies and solutions with how we could transform the community. The communities are now experiencing an overall 83% reduction in crime. What the police service have been doing, the way that we were able to partner with the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to reduce crime, it gave us a sense of pride and community spirit, and a national sense of patriotism, is born out of this initiative. So it's deserving of being replicated.
The Recyclable Solid Waste Collection Project, fondly known as ICARE, is responsible for changing the culture of recycling in Trinidad and Tobago. This is the first ever national recycling initiative. We are conveniently making it possible for you to make the right decisions at public locations, at your home, at your schools, and even at events. We have 6 activities that we are very proud of, and the first is the establishment of collection sites. We have over 160 public collection sites located throughout Trinidad, and we also have 516 collection sites within our primary and secondary schools. Nationwide cleanup. You will have seen us all over, empowering individuals, institutions, corporate entities, NGOs, so that they can execute their own cleanup. We equip them with the information and the materials to ensure that their communities and our country remain free from recyclable beverage containers. And our public education and awareness campaign, we collected and processed over 1 million bags of recyclables, as such diverting them from our overburdened landfills. ICARE is an inspiration. It is an affirmation. It is a mantra used throughout our country. We all care. I care.
Due to COVID-19 restrictions this year, the IDB has had to pivot their event away from a live audience to a virtual one. On behalf of the IDB, we are happy to welcome all of our viewers to experience the amazing projects that submitted applications. There'll be 3 segments in this series. The first will be the Service Excellence category, be viewing on Thursday, December 3rd for the Innovation category, and the Awards Night, where we announce the winners of the categories on December 10th. I now invite Goldalee Bruce, who is a communications specialist with the IDB's Caribbean Department, to tell us a bit more about the President's Awards for Service Excellence.
The Inter-American Development Bank is pleased to be hosting its 3rd annual President's Awards for Service Excellence and Innovation in the Public Sector under the distinguished patronage of Her Excellency Paula Mae Weeks, President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Like the rest of the world, we too have adapted, and the President's Awards are being done virtually this year. The times we are living in demand that we are prepared to respond and adapt to sudden and unexpected changes. In adapting to these changes, the most exciting thing about the awards being done virtually this year is that we're able to make it more accessible to the wider public and give citizens like you the opportunity to weigh in for yourselves and choose 2 People's Choice winners. The IDB launched the President's Awards in late 2018 because we wanted to develop a platform to showcase and recognize those striving towards innovation and a gold standard in public service delivery in Trinidad and Tobago. Since it was first launched, the total number of applications received has been doubling each year, and it has been getting increasingly competitive and difficult for our judges to select finalists and ultimately decide on the winners. As we've been saying from the very beginning, it is very easy for attention to only be directed at what may not be working well or what may need improvement. On the other hand, it is equally easy for some of the innovations and strides made in the public sector to go unnoticed by the wider public. Over the last 2 competitions, winners and finalists have included the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation, and many others. This is further evidence that there are persons, teams, and larger collectives throughout the public sector who are agents of change and want to contribute to the betterment of the country. As the world-famous primatologist and anthropologist Dame Jane Goodall once said, "What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide on what kind of difference you want to make." And I am happy to say that each year, the President's Awards show us how many people are passionate and determined to make a positive difference.
Well, thank you so much, Golda Lee. The IDB has made the President's Awards an annual event as the increasing number of applications is a testament to the commitment, dedication, and resolve of many public servants tirelessly working towards delivering on their mandate and meeting the expectations of citizens. This year, we received over 40 applications for the awards. Be viewing on December 10th, 2020, where we will reveal who is our winner for the Service Excellence and Innovation Awards. Along with the judging process done by our official judges, you, the viewing audience, will get an opportunity to join our judges in selecting your very own People's Choice winners. One of the key priority areas IDB has worked on in the country has included efforts to strengthen public sector institutions and governance, which has allowed them to direct support to the transformative efforts being undertaken by the government in different ministries. I would now like to introduce Rocio Medina Bolivar, country representative for the IDG Group, to give us some more information about the Service Excellence Awards, the judging process, and of course, the People's Choice Awards.
We're excited to announce that the President's Award has experienced a substantial increase in the number of applications compared to the 2019 edition, having almost doubled the number of applications received this year. So for the first time since it was launched, we have introduced an additional step in the process leading to the selection of the winners. Our team review in detail each application based on the judging criteria for service excellence and category and provide a list of eligible applications for the panel judges. As part of our rigorous selection process, we have the privilege to counsel once again with a prestigious judging panel for the Service Excellence category. Ms. Angela Liloy, Chairman and Founder of Aegis Business Solutions Limited. Dr. Faisal Ali, former Chairman of the Teaching Service Commission. Ms. Patricia Gani, President of the American Chamber of Commerce of Trinidad and Tobago. And Professor Sterling Frost, Deputy Chairman, Public Service Commission. The judges were tasked to create their shortlist of finalists after reviewing and scoring each application, having selected the top 4 applications based on the overall scoring of the judges. Each finalist was invited to present to the judging panel, chaired by Her Excellency Paula Mae Weeks, President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and had the opportunity to clarify their questions and doubts and make a compelling case on why they should be the winner using a business pitch format. After all the presentations, the judging panel made a deliberations and scored anonymously to select the overall winner under each category. In addition to the Service Excellence and Innovation Awards, we continue our tradition to allow the audience to select their own winner under the People's Choice Awards. Before, only the audience attending the award ceremony had the opportunity to cast their votes to select their own winner. Now, having taken advantage of having a virtual experience for the 2020 President's Award, we have opened up the selection to the People's Choice Awards to entire public. So everyone will have the opportunity to cast their vote online using Mentimeter. We will give the public 12 days from November 26 to December 7 to cast their votes and to select their winner under each category in advance of the award ceremony on December 10. So be ready to cast your vote after watching our segment showcasing the finalists for service excellence and innovation.
The voting will be done via a website, so please stay tuned. After we showcase the 4 finalists, we will open the website for your votes. Here are this year's nominee videos for service excellence in alphabetical order. Our first nominee is the Eastern Regional Health Authority. Their project is the Nariva Mayaro Satellite Dialysis Unit.
The ERHA serves a 1/3 slice of the island of Trinidad, coming from Matlot in the north, right down to Guayari in the south of the island. So we cover a wide expanse. Our philosophy in the ERHA is really one that tends to ask our communities to move away from health as an illness model to health as a wellness model. Our services are all targeted at giving people not just adding years to life through healthcare, but adding life to years in terms of quality of life. Trinidad and Tobago is among the top 3 in the region when it comes to things like diabetes. About 60% of diabetics will transition to some form of kidney disease, chronic diabetics that is. And then when that starts, you can deteriorate to stage 5, which is end-stage renal disease. And the statistics are in fact startlingly high in Trinidad and Tobago. That gave rise to the need for this dialysis center. And the concept is really that we had dialysis care within the environment of the hospital. With 11 chairs currently in that unit, we still had a demand, an unsatisfied demand of about 103 people waiting for dialysis on a waiting list. We in the ERHA thought what we could do is devise a holistic model placed out in a primary care setting. At the same time, it's called a satellite dialysis center because it's also linked to the main dialysis center, which is at the hospital. Today, as a result, we have a 12-chair dialysis unit that is driven by a holistic approach to the patient, so that a patient doesn't have to go, for example, to a dialysis center and then take bloods and go to a lab, everything under one roof. All right, health promotion, the education, the supplementary services. Another innovative thing about this center is that we have provided for an overnight dialysis service. And I think it was about 75 to 77% of them expressed a preference for overnight dialysis because they could dialyze overnight and go to work the next day. Having the dialysis center in Rio Claro means that patients in the south of the island have far less commute to get to the dialysis center. Dialysis care costs about $1,200 to $1,500 a pop, as we call it, per session. And we are able to provide care to our patients at a cost to us of about $700 per session. I think we should win this award because of staff energy, because of client satisfaction, because of the efficiencies that we've created, because of contribution to national environment, because it's the first dialysis center of its nature in the public sector in Trinidad and Tobago.
Our second nominee is the National Information and Communication Technology Company Limited, or O.R.TT. Here's a look at their project facilitating remote work in the public sector.
O.R.TT, established around 2009, operates as the IT implementation arm for the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. We support the policy direction from our line ministry, the Ministry of Public Admin and Digital Transformation, and we give life to the policy through the use of our skills, our knowledge in the realm of IT. We support ministries, all ministries, whether it is through the managing of email, providing support for cybersecurity, supporting applications. All of it, in some form or fashion, is impacted by the work we do here at IGov.TT. So sometime in 2018, we embarked upon a deliberate strategy with a view towards leveraging the technology to enhance the way we work as a company. And we sought to utilize enterprise collaboration technologies to allow our teams to seamlessly work, whether in the office or outside the office. Because at the heart of what we do at IGov.TT, we are completely focused on bringing value through technologies to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. We also felt that we needed to make use of these technologies to enable our team members to work from home. At the time, we probably didn't realize it, but it paved the way for our response when the COVID pandemic hit Trinidad and Tobago. I am particularly proud of the work we did during the early days of the pandemic, when we had to roll out our virtual cabinet solution to our Prime Minister and his cabinet. And over a 2-day period, we were able to get the cabinet up and running so that they could continue to meet virtually in a safe manner to reduce the risk associated with face-to-face contact. And they continue to operate. And our Prime Minister was able to coordinate his response to the COVID-19 pandemic, making use of the technology we provided. Now, the good thing is they acted as evangelists. And we were able, because of them, of their sponsorship, so to speak, to roll out the same technology to over 105 ministries, over 5,500 users, making use of this very same technology so that they could continue to provide services to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago in their various ministries, departments, and agencies. What I am particularly proud of at IGov.TT is the way we were able to roll out an online payment subsystem that allowed ministries, and in particular the Ministry of the Attorney General's Office, to offer their services online to allow a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago to use a card to go up to our website, pay for a service, pay for a document from the civil registry, have it delivered to them through our national postal system without having to leave their home. So in addition to the work we did with the cabinet and the ministries, departments, and agencies with enterprise collaboration technologies, we utilize this very same platform to enable virtual court hearings in Trinidad and Tobago. So people with matters pending during the COVID time were able, through the use of the technology, to have their matters heard, addressed, and deliberated on by the courts of Trinidad and Tobago. This was just one of many initiatives that we undertook during this period to enable government business continuity.
Our third nominee is the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services, with their project helping and empowering with assistance right at your doorsteps. Let's take a look.
The Ministry of Social Development and Family Services is the lead social sector ministry of government. We are responsible for ensuring that we have a robust social safety net and treating with the issues of poverty reduction, inequality, and vulnerability. The ministry is especially responsible for those who are dispossessed, and on an annual basis, or on a monthly basis, we provide at least 200,000 of our vulnerable citizens with grants, our various grants. We have more than 25 types of grants, and we understand that this ministry is speaking to the soul of the nation, the fabric of society, the family, the persons with disabilities, the older persons, children, women, the dispossessed, those that we would find do not have a voice. When we thought about this initiative, we thought that heard will be an important one that will impact. Why? Because we heard the cries of the dispossessed. So what is heard? The acronym really means helping and empowering with services right at your doorstep. And it was innovative because we had to respond quickly, we had to adapt, we had to provide a type of leadership that was exemplary, that was service leadership, because the leadership had to come up very quickly with how we were going to treat with these new measures that were being imposed, to treat with the vulnerable who could not leave their homes, and some of them didn't have the wherewithal to join the throngs of lines in the supermarket. So we had to move quickly too. We had to move within a very tight time frame to get food support to this very dispossessed population. We mobilized our staff, we mobilized our stakeholders. It was not an easy task because we had to negotiate. The Supermarkets Association, they were dealing with reduced supplies on their shelves. So we leveraged technology and we were able to bring on board some of our private sector partners. TSTT came on board, provided extra lines, provided telephones. We got the public buy-in because some of them came in and volunteered. So we really had, I would say, a rise in patriotism by all for this project. We decided that we were also going to ensure that we provide a quality service. So the goods that we were providing in the hampers, they were actually standardized, they were approved by the Ministry of Health, and we ensured that they were relevant. We got the hampers collected, we got the hampers put together by the Supermarkets Association. We were thankful to them, and the Rural Development and Local Government, their DMU staff, they were on board with us and they were ready to deliver. We brought hope, we brought cheer to more than 4,200 persons in Trinidad. This competition gave us the opportunity to demonstrate that we are an innovative ministry. We feel that this is the way forward. Joined up government, all sectors, all hands on board to ensure that our nation progresses, to ensure that the vulnerable are met where they are and their needs are met, their voice is heard, and we deliver.
Our fourth nominee for the Service Excellence Awards is the Office of Procurement Regulation with their project Comprehensive Public Service Delivery.
The Office of Procurement Regulation is a body corporate established pursuant to an Act of Parliament. Our vision is to be a catalyst for transformation through best practice in procurement, retention, and disposal of public property. In essence, we are here to ensure public funds, that is taxpayers' dollars, are accounted for, used transparently, and sustainably benefits its owners. Implementation of the Act will be no easy feat. The OPR recognized that very early on. We have literally undertaken changing how the public sector does business. That is, how it acquires goods, works and services, and how it spends taxpayers' dollars to do so. This will be a prolific culture shift. As we all know, public procurement has historically been fraught with allegations of corruption, fraud, nepotism, and little to no political will to see change. Branding the OPR as the ultimate provider of incomparable customer service was key. It was important to not be business as usual. We then deliberately developed a hybrid system using the best of public and private sector approaches to customer engagement. As a result, we established a continuous program of stakeholder consultations prior to implementing major decisions, such as developing the regulations to support the Act and making amendments to the Act. We developed a customer service policy, which is used as an onboarding tool for new employees and is periodically rolled out as customer service training to all staff, using case studies and role plays to ensure learning takes place. To date, we have no unresolved customer service requests, and we have even received written testimonials confirming the high quality of our staff interactions with stakeholders. Some of our initiatives in this respect comprise conducting over 20 workshops and seminars in Trinidad and Tobago, engaged via online webinars over 1,400 suppliers and contractors locally, regionally, and internationally on the use of the OPR's Procurement Depository, which is a database designed for the registration and pre-qualification of suppliers and contractors across the nation. This is estimated to save the country $45 million every 3 years and maintain a repository of supplier performance and capacity. We formulated and prepared 36 handbooks, guidelines, and procedural forms, all of which are online and accessible to anyone. The OPR deliberately ensures its staff are well equipped, trained, and motivated on a consistent basis. We believe a happy employee equals a happy customer. Now, there are two reasons why the OPR is most deserving of the President's Award for Service Excellence in the public sector. Increased public trust and confidence in the Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Property Act. The people of our nation are hardworking. Their children, their grandchildren deserve the highest quality life a rich country like ours is supposed to afford them. Our people deserve better roads, better healthcare, more educational opportunities, better public service delivery. 2. The reduction in the Corruption Perceptions Index leading to increased foreign direct investment. Winning this award will not only gas up our engines and the brilliant engineers and the staff we have on board, but it will give credence to our mandate as we continue to stand upon the principles of good governance, namely transparency, accountability, integrity, and value for money.
Well, congratulations to all our finalists. The quality of submissions were quite impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to start the voting for the People's Choice Service Excellence Award. Here's where you get the chance to choose which one of these projects you think deserves the Service Excellence Award. Here's the code. First, you go to www.menti.com and put in the code. Choose one of the finalists and submit your vote. Now, voting closes on December 7th, so please spread the word and vote. We really wish we could award all of our submissions for their continued hard work within the public sector. Before we close the segment, we would like to take a few minutes to make special mention of some of the other projects that were submitted. The Interagency Task Force, Ministry of National Security, Hearts and Minds Program. The Civilian Conservation Corps. And the Immigration Division upgrade to passport system. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this segment. Be viewing on Thursday, December 3rd for the Innovation category and Awards Night on December 10th, where we will reveal who won these prestigious awards as well as who won the People's Choice Awards. Stay safe and have a good night.